Certainly in my healing journey, I believed that my mind and emotions did not affect my body, but I was wrong. And I think the reasons why I didn't believe my mind and emotions could affect my physical healing was my illness was physical. One of the few things that would just cause rage and frustration through not feeling seen and understood was people inferring that this very real physical illness wasn't real, that in some way I was making it up. You may well be suffering from a very real physical illness, but that doesn't mean that you can't impact what's happening with your mind and emotions. I also believe that I didn't have psychological issues. I believe that, there was nothing wrong with me. I wasn't broken. So why would I start to look at what was happening with my mind and my emotions to support my physical body? Well, what I came to realize is we all have issues. We all struggle. We've all been shaped and impacted by the things that have happened to us in our lives. And healing those impacts, understanding those impacts, the behaviors that have come from that can be critical to changing our lives. I also didn't believe that my mind could affect my body. But the truth is, your mind is affecting your body in every moment. When our mind and our emotions are in a certain state, our body responds. When we change what's happening in our mind and emotions, we can change the response that's happening in our body. Really, one of the key principles of this video series, I like to keep things simple. Maybe it's because I'm a simple person. Maybe it's also because I've noticed that when it comes to working with people, the more complicated, sometimes I think what happens is you have practitioners, and I mean this with kindness and respect, but sort of feel a need to demonstrate their own cleverness and their own intelligence. And so they want to use long, complicated phrases and words to try and make things sound clever. And we are going to come some technical concepts as part of this video series, and I'll sort of try and make them as simple as I can when we do. But I believe in not making things more complicated than they need to be. In fact, I think a sign of someone truly understanding something is they can make something complex simple and accessible. So that said, your body can be in two states. It can be in a state of stress, and it can be in a state of healing. When we know what a stress state feels like, right? You feel adrenalized, you feel ready for action, you may feel tired but feel wired, but there's a sense of sort of activation in your nervous system. We also know what a healing state feels like. When we're in a healing state, we just feel relaxed. We feel if it's time to sleep, we feel able to sleep. If it's time to switch off, we feel able to switch off. But there's a sort of calmness and a peace, a balance and a harmony that we feel within our body.